This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
Can we come in?
Please come in.
Thanks.
Abhinav.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please sit down, Abhinav. Abhinav, you are taking sociology for your optional.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you are an engineer from Netaji Subhas Institute
Yes, sir.
of Technology, Delhi.
Yes, sir.
And you are done from information technology.
Yes, sir.
You passed out in 21. What are you doing thereafter?
So I've been preparing for the civil services exams since then.
All right. Why do you want to get into the civil services?
So there are two reasons as to why I want to get into the civil services. So the first reason is the diversity that this field provides, along with the sense of public service that we can do towards the people. So that really attracts me. So the second reason is that, sir, I remember clearly an IAS officer in my district, so who really made a lot of difference on the ground by implementing the policies very well. So I think that really inspired me as to the amount of change that a civil servant can bring in the lives of the people, sir.
Very nice. All right. Recently, a bill was passed in the parliament, wherein actually 3 new laws have come into existence with a reference to criminal justice. It is being said that through these laws, more power has been given to the police, which is detrimental to a democratic country like India. Your comments on that?
Sir, I think the overhaul of the criminal justice system in India was very important, as the old colonial system was carrying on for a long time. So, however, sir, I do not agree that the legislations have given more power to the police. Sir, I think, sir, in keeping in consonance with the current scenario and the needs of the 21st century, sir, a few additions have been made to the legislations. So that would give some extra powers to deal with, for example, sir, organized crime, terrorism. Sir, but there also has been some instance of increasing the amount of the instances of keeping the victims, accused for a longer period of time in the
Do you think
prison.
that's a good idea?
Sorry, sir?
Do you think that's a good idea?
Sir, I think, sir, it would be helpful in the overall investigation, sir.
So, where is the need to keep them in custody? Why do you want to keep them in custody?
Sir, there is no absolute clarity on this as far as the legislations go. Sir, there has been a window of 90 days within which the police can ask the courts for the custody of these people. So, however...
What are you saying? Is that there is a window of 90 days within which
Yes, sir.
the police can ask for the custody of the accused?
Yes, sir.
Or he can detain him or her for 50 days, 90 days?
Sir, not detain them, but sir, I think, sir, it has to do with... I'm sorry, sir, I'll have to read up on it more clearly.
Anyway, fact of the matter is that it gives more power to the police. In a democratic setup like India, it is not desirable. Suppose you are detained. Now, within 15 days, you have to take a call or you have to put this before the magistrate and you have to take the permission to extend it further. Now, police can do it on its own.
So,
all right. Do you think it's a good idea to have regulation on the live-in relationship?
sir, I think that the society has been changing very rapidly. So, live-in relationships has been increasing in the society. So, also there were instances of children being born out of living relationships. Sir, also there was another concern, sir, wherein crimes were being committed against live-in partners. Sir, so by registering the live-in relationships, so first of all, sir, this would ensure that that there's a legitimacy given to the live-in relationships according to the current society. So, moreover, sir, in case of any domestic violence or any other instance of violence against women, sir, actions can be taken against them.
If somebody is resorting to violence, the existing law will take its own course. Where is the problem? You are not creating any new law.
So the legislation is not just for violence, sir. So it is also for recognizing the children that are being born out of these living
That has already been settled. That any child born out of any union will have his or her rights. Full stop. What is the problem? And why do you want to get it registered unnecessarily? This live-in relationship?
Sir, to the best of my understanding, sir, this would actually provide an opportunity to the parents also to ensure that the children...
This is for the consenting adults. Where is the intervention of parents?
So between the age of 18 and 21, so there are rules that the parents shall also be consulted while the registration of the
why should we do that? This is what I'm questioning.
So ideally, we should not be asking parents for their consent. As adults, they should be allowed to take their own decisions. So however, because the society has not embraced the live-in relationships to that extent, sir. So that's why there would be slow changes with this legislation.
But why do you need a stamp of society or the parents for a live-in relationship as long as they are consenting adults?
So anything that goes on in the society, so there is a need for the larger acceptance of it in the society.
So do you think that the live-in relationships are not being accepted by the society?
So they are being progressively being accepted now. So positive change is coming.
But till date we did not have any regulation, and now you are imposing regulation. So that means we are going from light to darkness. Don't you think so?
No, sir. Sir, on the contrary, sir. So I believe, sir, this would only go in the favor of live-in relationships.
Are you sure? Did you ask anybody?
So about
this? Whether this is the right step? Did you ask? Did you discuss with your friends?
Sorry, sir, I do not know anyone who is in a live-in relationship.
But you could have discussed with your friends. They'll tell you whether they're comfortable with this or not.
So about consenting from their parents?
No. From your friends. Whether this particular concept or regulation is good or bad.
Sir,
every newspaper has criticized it, except government.
Sir, there would be arguments on both the sides for sure, sir.
All right, okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Abhinav, you're from Bihar.
Sir.
Why Bihar is poor?
So there are a number of reasons behind the poverty of Bihar. So the first, I think, sir, would be, sir, sole focus on social justice and not focusing enough on economic development costed the state heavily. So moreover, sir, in the 90s, sir, there was a problem of corruption and law and order situations. So because of which, sir, the organizations and companies...
You're talking about something that happened 35 years back.
Yes, sir. So, but that has implications because of which, sir, industries did not enter into the state to a great extent. So that has improved to a great level right now, and we are seeing positive changes. The industries are coming in.
Which industry you wanted to bring that did not come, and which industry has come to Bihar?
So currently, so there was a Bihar Business Connect that was conducted. So under which, sir, a lot of emphasis has been given to textile industry, leather industry. Sir, IT industry has also been attracted towards investing in Bihar. And so there have been other places as well. For example, sir, the food processing industry that are coming
Listen
in.
to the question carefully. You said because of the corruption, industries did not come, right? Had there not been corruption, which industry would have come? And what do you think, which all industry can come to Bihar? And why?
Sir, I think, sir, because of corruption.
Let me ask a supplementary question first. What are the factors that govern setting up of an industry in a particular location?
So the land rates also influence the ease of doing business. That is because the population density of Bihar is very high, because of which the land rates are also very high. So the second reason is also that there was a lot of problem of flooding. So because of which a lot of industries do not want to set up in such a place where problems of flooding happens. These two, sir.
So market, raw material, technology, and supply chain doesn't have any implication on setting up of an industry in a particular place.
So these also do have an implication. So
You said textile. What is the determining factor in establishing a textile industry in a particular location?
So textile industry is usually a footloose industry. It can be established anywhere mostly.
Textile is not a footloose industry. It's not a footloose industry. Read about it.
So it's an industry that can be established from places away from the places where the raw material is sourced from. So for example, the IT industry is a footloose industry.
Let's talk about textile. This is what you said. Na? So give me any industry, textile industry, which has been set up where the raw material was not available.
So Delhi. So there are textile industries here in Delhi. While
Which textile industry in Delhi?
sir, I'm unable to recall the names.
Textile or garment?
Garment industry. I'm sorry.
Right. So even garment cannot be footloose, right?
Okay, sir.
Even garment cannot be footloose.
Okay, sir.
There are a lot many factors that govern.
I'm sorry, sir. I'll
Don't
read
say
up.
something which you have not read, right? So now that you talked about flood, what remedial measures should be taken to control flood in Bihar or to wither the situation of flood in Bihar?
So one step that can be taken to stop the problem of floods in Bihar, sir, would be making canals, so, and rejuvenating the ahar pines that existed in the state. So this would ensure that the places that have surplus of water because of floods would be channeled to places that are water deficient. So the second could be, sir, building dams to ensure that the rains that often come from the high Himalayan region of Nepal, so that could be stored.
डैम कहाँ बनता पता है? बिहार में डैम बन सकता है?
So it could be made in Nepal, in upper reaches of the rivers.
नेपाल में डैम कहाँ बन सकता है?
So on rivers.
Readable. Thank you.
Sure, sir.
Nepal
हम
के
बनाना
लोग
भी चाहेंगे तो भी नहीं बनेगा.
So we'll have to coordinate with the Nepalese government.
They may or may not listen to us. That is not in our control.
So to the best of my knowledge, sir, the Chief Minister of Bihar has been asking the central government to take up this issue.
That's fine, but it is not easily doable. Eh?
So your option is sociology.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you heard about the Adi Mahotsav National Tribal Festival?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
What is that?
Ma'am, Adi Mahotsav is a festival that is conducted yearly that celebrates the tribals in the country, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So recently we celebrated?
Ma'am, it was celebrated recently, and our president, Miss Draupadi Murmu, was also there.
Maybe you are aware about the Salekhana process, which is a religious practice in Jainism.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and nowadays, recently, Acharya Vidyasagar Mohanji, okay, a monk, he was a monk, Acharya Vidyasagar ji, he also departed his life with the process of Salekhana. So, this is also known as the euthanasia also, especially in Indian judiciary. So, what do you think that we have to give freedom to right to life in the context of religion?
Ma'am, as in, should euthanasia be allowed?
Why?
Ma'am, I think euthanasia, passive euthanasia has been allowed by the Supreme Court. It was clearly stated in Aruna Schauenberg case, ma'am. Ma'am, this is a religious, this concept of Salekhana has a religious context. Ma'am, a lot of people, such as even Lord Mahavira, practice Santhara to attain this freedom from his physical body. Ma'am, I think that this should be allowed as long as, ma'am, there is no force on people to follow this practice.
So what about the right to life? If we give permission for this, so what about the right to life?
Ma'am, but also we have a right to die with dignity. That is enshrined in right to life. So, ma'am, a lot of people believe that by this they would have a right to life as well if they die with dignity.
But in some countries, as you know, that euthanasia is not permitted. So how can we? Freedom of religion, we have to give permission. Euthanasia means like this practices.
Ma'am, some countries do not allow it for sure. However, ma'am, in the Indian context, this has been practiced since ancient times. Ma'am, there has been a culture of a lot of people practicing this and attaining death according to this. So, ma'am, therefore, I think in the Indian context, this has been very normalized. Therefore, it has been accepted in the society itself as well.
Okay, especially in Bihar. We can see, especially like in scheduled caste, there are almost a different division also, like Dalit and Mahadalit. So don't you think so that this type of concept, it's only for the politics or just because of politics? Or basically it is really helpful for them?
Ma'am, I think that for the government to make policies and to help the people to rise out of the problems that they face, it is very important that the government...
So what is your opinion that the categorization between scheduled caste, Dalit and Mahadalit, is it good a step?
Ma'am, I think that it is a positive step, as ma'am, it would really help the government target those specific people who have been left behind in the growth story of the development. Ma'am, government can make policies according to this and help uplift them. Therefore, I think, ma'am, this was required.
So this is required in almost, we have to also introduce these things in all over India also?
Ma'am, I believe if there is a larger consensus on this, ma'am, we could look into doing this so that, ma'am, everyone can benefit from the reservation, because some people have been cornering the benefit of reservation to a great extent. And this would bring a lot of equitability in the society.
Okay. So nowadays we are talking about the menstrual leave, but already Bihar government, yes, so especially in Bihar, it's already implemented menstrual leave. So what is your opinion regarding that?
Ma'am, I think this is a positive move. It was a very forward-looking approach of Bihar government that allowed menstrual leave for women. Ma'am, because some women really do experience a lot of pain during this time, and which really debilitates their ability to work productively. Ma'am, it ensures a kind of an opportunity for them to take a step back and rejuvenate, and then, ma'am, because this is a natural process. Therefore, ma'am, I think this is a positive.
Some fear also, like inequality, like discrimination at working place. Maybe it happens?
Yes, ma'am. There are chances of that happening as well. Therefore, ma'am, the Union Ministry has not taken a direct stand on this. They have said that this is not a disability as such. And therefore, the organizations should step forward themselves and take decisions based on the feedback of their employees. Ma'am, some organizations such as Zomato and Swiggy have already started with period leave concepts.
Okay. Okay, now my last question to you. Especially in Bihar, what type of major challenges in context of education? Do you think so that is there any challenges in Bihar?
Ma'am, there are quite a few challenges when it comes to education system in Bihar. Ma'am, the first one would be the poor infrastructure. Ma'am, the schools often do not have proper buildings that they are functioning out of. There also is a lack of proper desks, chairs. The second would be the human resource that is employed. The teachers over there are often recruited. There have often been questions about the efficacy or the efficiency of the teachers who have been recruited. if they are qualified enough to be called teachers. There was a recent recruitment also, and some questions were raised on that, ma'am. Ma'am, the third would be
Quality of teachers.
quality of teachers that are being recruited. Ma'am, the third would be the problem of funding, that is proper budgetary allocation towards education sector.
Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan is very well, doing well in Bihar also.
Ma'am, it is bringing a lot of positive changes in the state. However, there's a lot that needs to be done when compared to the rest of the states in the country, ma'am.
Okay.
So you play violin.
Yes.
Can you tell me what is the full form of violin?
Viola da braccio.
Yeah. And from where it has been derived?
So it is a Latin term.
All right. Okay. Second question. What is the use of rosin in violin?
So the rosin is used on the bow. Sir, it ensures that there is friction between the hair that is used in the bow and the strings, so that the sound can be loud and clear.
What type of hair is used in violin and in bow?
So different types of hairs are used. So the most traditional and the popular one is the horse tail hair.
All right.
The second would be synthetic one that is manufactured. So these two are the most prominent ones.
Okay. There is ideology and another one is leader. In your opinion, which one is more important, ideology or leader?
I'm sorry, sir, could you please explain?
Ideology or leader, which one is more important? Which one will you choose?
Sir, I think there has to be a balance between both of these. One has to ensure that the ideologies that they subscribe to are balanced, and the leaders that they subscribe to or the leaders that they follow also have a balanced approach towards things. So I think there should be a balance between
So
these.
if I insist you that you have to choose only one between the two, then what will you choose? With proper example.
Sir, I think I would choose ideology over leaders. So because sometimes I believe, sir, that leaders could often have some wrong ideologies that others may not subscribe to or lead to some adverse outcomes. For example, so Hitler was a very powerful and fierce leader. However, his ideologies were misplaced, due to which he went on to commit a lot of crimes. Therefore, I think ideology should be listened to.
Okay, I give you a statement. You have to justify that. Does social mobility give way to economic mobility?
Sir, I agree with that statement. So social mobility does give way to economic mobility. So as a lot of people who come out of the entrenchment of caste system, for example, so they have often been seen to be performing well in the economic sector as well. So, and the reverse is also true. A lot of times economic mobility also leads to better social mobility. So I think they both reinforce each other.
Okay, so you have mentioned Santhara.
So,
There are 4 kinds of suicides. Are you aware of this? Or what are they? According to Durkheim,
yes, sir, I am aware.
what are they?
So there is
Egoistic,
suicide, altruistic, fatalistic,
all right.
and so I'm forgetting the third.
Last is anomic.
Anomic, sir.
Okay, so Santhara or Sanlekhana, which type of suicides are they among the 4?
So I think it would not fall into the category of any of these broadly.
Okay, I give you another incident. Like Rama and his brother committed suicide in Ramayana.
Yes.
Are you aware?
Yes.
Which type of suicide was that?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to categorize these suicides because
Altruistic suicide was that?
So, however, altruistic suicide also has to do with the collectivity, sir. So, a lot of times people, when they are overpowered by the collective feelings of people, for example, sir, in the military system, people are essentially committing suicides, which are altruistic suicides. So, therefore, I think maybe, sir, I would not agree with altruistic suicide being a part of this.
Okay, thank you.